Can this new feature get me to return to Instagram? My short form strategy is currently non-existent. I haven't posted consistently on either of my two Instagram accounts in months, which is kind of irresponsible because short form video partnerships usually make up 80% of my income. And it's not that I don't want to post short form content. It's just that, as I shared in this video, I've been doing an 80-20 content strategy this year, meaning that 80% of my time is spent working on YouTube videos for both this channel and my vlog channel, while 20% of my time is spent repurposing that content however I can. And my problem has been that I haven't quite been able to squeeze out enough time and capacity in that 20% to re-edit and cut down short form versions of my content. But Adobe Express did just announce some new feature updates that I'm crossing my fingers will change the game for me. And if they change the game for me, they'll probably change the game for you too, in the event that you are somebody focusing on long form that needs some help being present on short. And full disclosure on 2 points here. One, this video is brought to you in partnership with Adobe Express because I do have the honor of being an Adobe Express ambassador. But number 2, I haven't used these features before. So we're going to dry run them together and see if it can help me get some content up on over on IG, because my friends over there, I think they've forgotten that I exist. So first, in my opinion, the biggest potential game changer that Adobe announced is Clip Maker, where you can take a long form video, podcast, interview, whatever, throw it into the app, and it will spit out some key clips and highlight moments for you to post on social media. We definitely have already seen some variation of this on a lot of third-party platforms, but for me, I haven't been impressed enough by what I've seen on these other platforms' apps to want to actually pay for them. Whereas having this built into Adobe Express, which by the way, if you already have the entire Adobe suite, Adobe Cloud is free, just is so brilliant to me. Like, that's exactly where a tool like this belongs. And if you're somebody who doesn't have the Adobe Creative Cloud and just wants to give Adobe Express a try, there's a free trial and I will link it in my description for you. So let's see how this works. So let's screen record this baby. Boom, boom, boom. So we've got Clip Maker here, and let's see. So your video can be between 1 minute to 2 hours, but the size does have to be under a gigabyte. So we're just going to grab this, drag it in. I want captions on because I believe captions should be on. And we're just gonna hit generate clips. Okay, so while that's uploading and analyzing, I do just want to talk through the value of short form media, because it's no secret that I've been doubling down on long form this year. I find that it's so great for building out community. I feel a lot more rewarded by short form content myself in terms of like how I can express my creativity. And people can make an entire living on YouTube long form content alone. But it is undeniable that short form content is so powerful as a discoverability mechanism. An easily digestible, bite-sized clip of your long-form content can get you in front of so many eyeballs. In fact, when you look at like video podcasts, some of the biggest ones out there credit short-form videos for how they got on so many people's radars, how they blew up. It's just incredible for brand awareness. And so sometimes I have to acknowledge that by not being present on Instagram, TikTok, Shorts even, that I'm just missing an opportunity to have more people familiar with my face and what I do. So kind of hoping this really works. Okay, that was actually ridiculously fast. So it says we have 10 clips to review, and it actually seems to give us like a little title, even a little caption, which is pretty cool. So let's look at the top clips. Let's see this one. How do we overcome platform overwhelm as a content creator? With so many different platforms out there, which platform is the best return on our investment? While I am on a seemingly never-ending spiral trying to figure this out for myself, I do have some guidelines that as a full-time content creator have allowed me to focus in enough to achieve some level of success, i.e. get my bills paid. And I want to share these guidelines with you to hopefully help you focus in a bit and give you some peace. Okay, I feel like I could do almost like a little series on Instagram with this, like open with that one, and then maybe do 3 separate clips about my different guidelines. Okay, and looking here, you can edit the caption text as you go if it made any mistakes. There's all of these different font styles, and I want to be my brand colors. It's okay, I know my hex code 6329B1. And then from here, apparently we can open it in the editor. So it actually pulls in all the clips. That's pretty cool. So it looks like it cropped it in a way that left a bit of space on the bottom because it probably didn't want to zoom in super awkwardly into my face, but I don't mind a little awkward zoom, so we're gonna just fix that. Pretty cool how I could center it however I want if I need to. Pull the captions down to where I'd like them. Perfect, I can change the font. So my brand font is Open Sans Condensed, and we're gonna make it a little bit bigger and center it. Okay, very cool. I love that. Very, very promising.
Now while we're here, I want to test out a couple more new features. I've added a clip on either side here to be able to illustrate this, but there is a new scene view, which allows you to rearrange your clips however you would like, add transitions between them, bulk change the duration of them, as well as mute them all in one go. There is also now the ability to really intuitively drag and drop footage onto your timeline, whether it's footage that is natively in the app or something outside. Again, making it super easy for you to rearrange however you'd like. You can also, if you go into media, self-record. Let's see what that, ooh, hello. Check 1, 2, 3, that's quite funny. I can definitely see a use case for this where I maybe hook my camera up to my laptop and my mic and just bang a bunch of videos out straight into Adobe Express. And then you just save it. Okay, wild. And if I really wanted to, if I didn't like the background, I can just remove the background of that.
Then if you're like me and you absolutely insist on filming outside when you live in like one of the noisiest cities in the world, you can also enhance your speech using Adobe Express. Let's give this a go. This is what it sounds like now. I can definitely see a use case for this where I maybe hook my camera up to my laptop and my mic and just bang a bunch of videos out straight into Adobe Express. Let's hit enhance speech. Let it work its magic. I can definitely see a use case for this where I maybe hook my camera up to my laptop and my mic and just bang a bunch of videos out straight into Adobe Express. Okay, that is actually way better than I thought it was even gonna sound. Like right now, my workflow for some of my super easy videos is to pull it into Premiere Pro solely because I have to fix the audio and use like the enhanced speech there. But to have it in Adobe Express, game changer. Very cool. Then there's the last feature here. There's a new add-on for Vimeo, if that's a platform that you use. It's now incredibly easy once you've finished your masterpiece. Like, I don't know if we're gonna be calling this a masterpiece. I promise I can make nicer designs than this. But you can directly export and upload to your Vimeo account, complete with your title, whatever folder you want to put in, your description, all of it, without having to leave the app. So that's pretty cool. And now I'm really loving how Adobe Express is making things easier for content creators, like removing the barriers, making things super intuitive so that we can get more out of content that we have already made. I don't know if you've noticed, but that's kind of been a theme out of my past few videos, is just looking like how can we optimize to make the most out of the content we already have, to just simplify things. Because I think we're all like drowning trying to be everywhere, and tools like this just make it so much easier to at least attempt to be consistent. So hopefully you guys will see me a little bit more often on Instagram thanks to this tool. I'm really excited to just run like my last, I don't know, 10, 20 videos through this and see what it comes up with, and hopefully can kind of just get my content in front of a new audience, make my face and my information familiar to them so that they can come on over to YouTube and hopefully enjoy the full bulk of what I do here. I do want to note too that the features we talked about today are included in most of the Creative Cloud memberships. So if you have one, run to Adobe Express and test this for yourself. And if you don't, like I said, I have included the free trial link in the description. And I'll also drop it in the comments to make your life easier. Thanks for watching, and until next time.